Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising, welcome to your July 1st through 7th weekly astrology forecast. I apologize for being a few days late, but it is okay because the sky was clear. Not much was going on between July 1st and July 3rd. Things don't really start popping off until July 4th, just like the fireworks. So the first week of July is like plugging into a lightning bolt. Unexpected shifts, breakthroughs in love and finances, and a big beginning of a major collective revolution with Uranus entering Gemini this week. So I highly recommend that you watch the collective reading before you watch this video. But if not, I will briefly go through it. By the way, I'm Sarah with Life with Training Wheels, where we explore astrology, tarot, and spiritual growth tools to help you stay grounded and inspired while you ride the waves of transformation. If that sounds like something you are interested in, hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of the content that I put out. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad you found your way here. If you're returning, thank you so much for returning. So this week, like I said, the sky is pretty quiet July 1st through the 3rd. Then July 4th is when things really start popping off. First off, we have Venus and Uranus meeting up in Taurus at the final degree of Taurus. Then shortly after that, Venus enters Gemini and Neptune stations retrograde. Then on July 6th, Venus makes a sextile to Saturn and Neptune in Aries. And then finally on July 7th, Venus makes a trine to Pluto in Aquarius, and Uranus enters Gemini, where it will be for the next 7 to 8 years. It will go retrograde back a little bit, and I talk a little bit more about that in my collective video. But that is what is happening this week. So what does that mean for you? Well, your themes for the week are truth bombs, nervous system resets, and sacred creativity. So why did I say truth bombs? Because Venus and Uranus are meeting up in your third house, the house of communication. So a message, an idea, a conversation could change everything. You may feel ready to express a truth that you've been hiding. The third house not only is our communication and the way we learn and take in information, but it also is our siblings, extended family, our neighborhood. So there could be something shifting or something sudden happening in one of those areas as well, from one of those people. Uranus is also where we want to break out of the box. So yeah, you might be ready to express something that you've been holding on to until now. Or third house also related to business. It can be related to our marketing, to social media, things like that. So maybe with Venus meeting up there, Venus represents our love and our relationships and our money. So perhaps there's like an opportunity that comes up for you through social media or something. So that could be exciting. So we'll continue Venus's story before we move into the other planetary shifts, since Venus is a big part of the week. So then after that, Venus will be moving into your fourth house of home and family, which is really nice. It's going to, you're going to feel just more love within your home. It's going to feel maybe Venus is here the whole month. Venus is all about beauty. So maybe this month you really want to like fix up something in your house or make a beautiful corner for yourself. The relationships with the people within your home is going to feel easier and better and more loving and more connected. So that's really beautiful. And then as well, the fourth house also can represent like our inner emotional world. So you might be feeling more compassion for yourself, maybe more compassion for like those things, the thought patterns that we've had instilled into us since we were a kid that we maybe realize that we don't need anymore. And that could be one of these shocking revelations too, as Venus and Gemini end their time in Taurus and move into Gemini. Yeah, so it's a really supportive energy. And then once it is there, it will be making a sextile to Saturn and Neptune in your second house. So this could be, the second house is our money and our values. So maybe you're having to put some expenses towards your home in order to beautify it. Maybe you are having purchasing a new home or moving or something like that, and maybe there's some expenses related to that. But it seems, especially with Saturn, like whatever might be coming up with this sextile, it's really supportive. It's like building the foundation of of whatever new is trying to build itself there. Venus will make a trine to Aquarius in your 12th house. So 12th house and 4th house are both very internal houses. 12th house is like our self-sabotaging behaviors, self-limiting beliefs. It also, both of these houses really do have a lot to do with the programming that was instilled in us, from 0 to 7 primarily, but any other, programming that we have, that we developed based on how we were viewing our world and how we were taught as well. But a lot of times it's stories that don't really serve us into our adulthood, right? Like it's thought patterns and beliefs that we have that keep us safe in the environment that we're in, that teach us how to navigate the environment that we're in. But we carry forward these belief systems that once we become adults, they really don't serve us anymore, and they actually can sometimes hold us back, and we can self-sabotage ourselves without realizing it. And so this trine between Venus and Pluto in those two houses might be this beautiful time that you can really like uncover those truths and shine light on them and be like, I don't need to have this pattern anymore. And maybe this will offer a great opportunity for healing for you. The other thing, so that's Venus's journey this week. And then we have on the 4th, Neptune stationing retrograde in your second house. So this will, retrogrades bring more introspection. So this is going to be asking, are you valuing what truly sustains you? So second house is our value system. Neptune is kind of it is where we have a lot of spiritual alignment. It is where we have our hopes and dreams. But on the shadow side of it, it is where we might be a little delusional or too idealistic about things, seeing things with rose-colored glasses. So with it going retrograde, that gives you the opportunity to ask, like, what do I really value? And these things that I've been dreaming about, are they true to me, or are they somebody else's projections for my life that I have gotten swept up in? Or I have these hopes and dreams and these goals and these visions, but what is actually attainable, right? So it's asking those questions. And just a lot of times, if we sit and think about it, like we say that we value certain things, that we say that we have a certain set of values. Then if we actually take a second to think about, but where do I spend my time and my money? And does that align with what I say my values are? A lot of times it doesn't. And we just go through our day unconsciously, that we don't realize that we are not living up to our own values. So that is some reflection. And then we have Uranus entering Gemini along with Venus. So Venus will be in your fourth house for the entire month of July, but Uranus will be here for the next 7 to 8 years. Yeah, Uranus moving into your fourth house could bring a lot of moves over the next 7 to 8 years, could bring shakeups in your family dynamics, could bring shakeups in your, because it's our emotional safety. There could be, especially with this trine to Pluto and Aquarius, there could be a lot of actually ancestral healing and stuff that goes on. So yeah, I did just personally experience over the last 7 to 8 years, and the Uranus in my fourth house. And it wasn't the easiest last 7 to 8 years. There were a lot of shakeups. And the fourth house squares you, so the shakeups are not necessarily the easiest to walk through all the time. Yet, at the same time, they were all for my highest and best good. They may have been, some of them, not all of them, but some of them have been a little harder to walk through than others. But others have been just glorious and fantastic. And so that is kind of the nature of Uranus, is ups and downs. It's kind of like a roller coaster. And it is where Uranus is the planet of liberation. So it is where, and doing things differently. So it's where you might feel like you want to step out of the box and do something differently. So you may be the one shaking the boat and creating the change. And, or, it could be that the change is being forced upon you. It probably will be a little bit of both over the next 7 to 8 years, but just a heads up about that. And that is our week. So now I'm going to go ahead and pull a tarot card for you. And I'm using the Light Seers Tarot today. It's probably one of my top 3 favorite decks that I have. I will put the link in the description box below if it's one that you would like to purchase for yourself. But the question that I'm asking for everybody this week is, with all this Uranus energy, this unpredictable energy, as well as the fact that Uranus rules our nervous system, so we all might be feeling a little bit more like our body's buzzing, or more anxiety, or things of that nature. So my question is, how can we all stay grounded? So, how can my Pisces people stay grounded? All right. 3 of Pentacles is what came out. 3 of Pentacles. So this card is a card of collaboration, working together, delegating, teaching, working as a team, really, when it comes down to it. So my advice to you, based on the question being, how can you best stay grounded? It would be to not self-isolate, and to really ground into the people around you. Potentially even, Pentacles oftentimes refers to like our money and our work. So perhaps this is a week where you might find some stability in work, especially if there are shakeups that you're noticing going on in your home that you just need to like step away from going into work, or just not even that actually, potentially. But now what's coming through to me with the whole idea of working as a team is to remember that that you are a team with your family. Like, instead of fighting against each other when problems arise, it should be that you're working together as a team to solve the problem. Not, you played this part in the problem, you played this part, this is your fault, this is your fault. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, the problem is over here, and it's not here. Like, if we come together and work at it together, we can find the solution. So that's really how can you stay grounded in this crazy energy, is to not do it alone, and to rely on the people around you. You rely on your teammates, whether that's your teammates at work or your teammates at home. But regardless, view them all as teammates and not as enemies, and that will serve you well this week. And that's where you can really help ground in this wild energy. Even if you're, like feeling an anxiety attack or something like that, like ground into the people around you that love you. Like, they are there for you. They're your teammates. So I hope this has resonated with you. Comment below if it has. And this week really kicks off some serious shifts that we're going through individually and collectively. It's a big week, and so if you're feeling it, you're not alone. And I've got a few offers to help you move through it all with more clarity and purpose. One is, if you really are feeling this energy, I am offering a one-to-one reading just to see where the specific energy is interacting with you personally. If any of these planetary movements this week are interacting with any of your natal chart, natal planets. So I have that available. Also, if you're one who just doesn't know whether you should listen to your rising sign, sun sign, or moon sign, what ones are more important for you to pay attention to, if it's just something that's always kind of confused you, then I have a quick little 15-minute reading to take a look at your chart and kind of walk you through why you might resonate with one more than another, when maybe people tell you that shouldn't be the case. So that's available. And then I also am really excited. This is the third month that I've launched a Tarot for Growth challenge, month-long challenge. And so I post the daily questions to pull a tarot card for over in my community tab. And they are very much related to like shadow work and getting to know yourself, that introspective work. And I'm really excited because this month the questions beautifully align with the astrology. So it, in a very subtle way, it's helping us consciously work with the astrological energy of the month and really harness it without having to think about it. So it's kind of exciting. The other thing, if you haven't seen my summer solstice and Cancer season astrology video, I recommend watching it, of course. But it talked about how the summer solstice really, and Cancer season, really sets the energetic tone for the entire summer, similar to how a solar return chart sets the energetic tone for somebody's entire year until their next birthday. So the summer solstice, even though we have this astrology going on right now, the energy that was present at the summer solstice is kind of the underlying energy for the entire summer. So I created a bunch of products and things around that to help you work with that energy. So I have a free, I think it's like 5 to 7 journal prompts that you can download. I have a larger 29-page guided workbook to help you align with the energy of the season. And then 2 different tiers of astrology readings, as well as a tarot reading available. So if you're interested in those, check them out. And then I'm also continuing talking about men's mental health. June was Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, but clearly men's mental health issues don't just disappear when June is done. So I want to keep talking about them for a little while. But basically, it is a package that I put together to really be able to witness our men. As society, we kind of teach them that they're not allowed to have emotions. We don't teach them how to process their emotions. And when they show them, we don't like it, which is crazy. So this offering is kind of just being a witness to men who might be going through it, who might be struggling, and it's looking at their natal chart as to how they, what their emotional makeup is, what they need emotionally in support, how best they can work through, and rather than shoving those emotions down like they may have been taught, like how they can let them move through and process them without holding on to them. And then also just point out some of their strengths and things like that. Really just be a support and a witness to our men. And then I also created a partner add-on. So if you want to support your man, or if you're a man and you would like your partner to know how to better support you when you're really going through it, I created this partner add-on where I'll just explain basically what your emotional makeup is and how best somebody can support you through, the difficult times, like what kind of like a guide to what your love language is in a way. And so, yeah, I think that could be helpful. So if that's something that you're interested in or know somebody who might be, check the link in the description below. And then if anything in this video resonated, drop a comment. Let me know your rising sign, what part of the week you're most looking forward to. If there's any videos you'd like to see me do coming up, I would love to hear about it. And then, yeah, just a reminder that this week is happening for you, not to you. So you've got this, whatever is coming up. And until next time, stay grounded, stay open, and keep listening to your inner compass.